Have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Let's go. Another day in the office. And yeah, if you guys haven't smashed the show out, go and smash it. Give it a bash and hit the repost button on X. That's pretty much it. That was a lot of violences for a simple request. All right, so yeah, share the show. Make sharing is caring and all that. Now, big welcome to all the new subscribers on YouTube. Been getting some nice new subscribers, so appreciate that. So we're streaming on 3 YouTube channels: the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and of course PulseChain X. So big welcome to all the new subs. And of course, if you're following on X, smash the follow. That's been going up as well. It's always nice to see. So we're heading up towards 1,500 followers. As you guys know, I had to rebuild the channel from scratch because I took down my last channel for no good reason, the usual stuff. And so we're rebuilding, and you guys are making it possible. So big shout out and welcome to the chat there. We got Property View in the house and nice and early. Good to see you, Property View. Good to see you live. And Merry Christmas, Superman. Merry Christmas to you too, Property View. And yeah, we're getting there, counting down. 3 days to go, is it? 3 days. Yeah, it's getting close. Good old Christmas Eve. A few milk and cookies, things like that. The old Christmas bag on the end of the bed. Imagine if adults also had that. Like that'd be pretty cool. Hey, look what's in your bag. It's a Ferrari. It's kind of the equivalence. All right, jokes aside, let's move on. All right, we're going to get into the stock market. The stock market had a good night overnight for Monday, the first day of the week. So it was kind of cool. So we'll check out that, and then we're going to get into the rest of the news. We're going to cover the crypto market majors. We're going to cover PulseChain results. We're going to cover an incredible result for TruDefi, True2x, which we have been covering recently, and they had an incredible first day. So we're going to be talking about True2x on PulseChain. We're going to be talking about CoinMafia. That's coming up pretty soon. We're getting some words about that launching soon. So that's been quite the build-up. And then RampNow came out and talked about their upgrade. They're doing a wallet, aren't they? They're doing a wallet rapidly, building it out for PulseChain. That's really cool. A lot of people want more wallets on PulseChain. We need some good wallets. We've got Internet Money, of course, but we need other good ones. So it'd be cool. And LibertySwap, of course, bringing us LibertySwap V2. That's expected to launch in the next, day or two. It's really, really close. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, we're going to get to the Christmas edition, guys, of the weekly Monster Thread number 33. Big shout out to the editor, MVS Crypto, and the promotional lead of the Crypto Night Show. Did an incredible job with that for the Christmas edition. We're going to go through that whole thing at the end of the show. That's a big section. So look forward to that. That's coming up as well. All right, so let's get into the stock market news. See how we went overnight. So we had the S&P 500 closes higher in thin holiday trading. And what do we get happening there? We got the Dow Jones up 0.5%, 227 points to 48,362 on the index. We got the S&P 500 up 0.64%, 44 points to 6,878. We've got the NASDAQ at the moment up 0.5%, 121 points to 23,428. So really good day. Really good day for Monday there. And the US dollar at the moment just breaking below 98. So the US dollar's been depreciating, and we're just below 98, 97.94 in the index there. Interesting. That's down a third of a percent. Moving to commodities, we got West Texas at the moment, $58. We got Brent oil at $62. We got gold there looking pretty strong. Look at that gold, $4,480, and that's just off the all-time highs. I mean, it's just pretty amazing. Silver at the moment, $69. That's also off the all-time high there. I mean, it got the let's have a look at the weekly there. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's just off the all-time high. Amazing. Now, we've been talking about this $75 to $125 as a target, and it's definitely heading in that direction. So pretty amazing. If you got a bag of silver there, doing pretty well. All right, we started talking about that when it was like $18. Remember that? We started talking about that when it was like $18, even lower probably. But $69 now. What a re-rate there. All right, so pretty cool. What else do we see there? Obviously, stuff around banks and AI. Fed leadership, of course, is going to be a big deal coming up. So President Trump is getting pretty close to announcing that, I believe. So that could be pretty cool. He talked about that in a speech, 2 days ago, I think. Now, talking about President Trump, we saw also. So that's pretty much it with the news. We saw President Trump today announcing around expanding the U.S. military, which is fantastic, particularly Navy. So we're looking at building more subs, which America has about a 15 to 20 year advantage over their nearest competitor, Russia and China, respectively. And so that's huge. That's huge. So they're also going to be talking about doing battleships again. Mass, that's awesome. So building battleships again in the US, that's fantastic. And of course, they're going to be putting all the rockets on there, all the latest lasers and everything else on the battleships. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And some of the new technology, some of the new rockets are going on there. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So peace through strength, and that's what we want in the world, right? We can't. We want peace through strength. We don't want authoritarian regimes running the world. As I know, some people will go, "Oh, it'd be great, America down and authoritarian China running." You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. Yeah, let's. It's kind of cool. Peace through strength there. All right, so let's jump into the crypto markets, and we'll jump into there. So let's do that. So crypto markets, let's go into the main results here on CoinGecko. And I think we might go to the big screen for this one. And we've got the total market cap for Monday, or coming into Tuesday now. Well, I'm on Tuesday. Anyway, 3 trillion and 70 billion. And we're sitting at, we're just down 0.1%, so pretty flat. We've been stuck around here. Bitcoin at the moment is was a little bit more green than overnight. But still holding up pretty green, $88,579, up 0.2%. We've got Ethereum at the moment, up 0.4% at $3,003. We got, so it's back over 3K. That's really important. We got BNB at number 4, up 0.4%, $858. Number 5, XRP, down 0.8%, $1.90. Number 7, Solana, down 0.1%, $125. Tron there, down 1.4%, 28.5 cents. And number 10 is Doge, up 1.3% at 13.2 cents. So Doge there making a really good play. Best performer in the top 10. Best performer in the top 100, though, is actually, top 10 is actually Bitcoin for the week, up 2.5% for the week, which is pretty awesome. So some good results there. We got Sandy Beach in the house there. Merry Christmas, Superman, and everybody. Have a great week. You too, Sandy. You too. Great to have you in the house there. I love the little beach and the little Christmas tree. All right, so the best performer in the top 100, let's move to that. Well, we got Midnight there, the old privacy network there from Charles Hodgkinson. That's up 67%, looking pretty good. Canton number 2 is up 25%. Uniswap is up 20%. We got Sky up 18%, and we got Monero there up 15%. So we're seeing quite the privacy re-rate at the moment. Top 1,000, we got Fast Token, Noon Mine Token, and Humanity. They're the ones, the top gainers in the top 1,000. And then trending overall, we've got Aave, Bitcoin, at Midnight. So there we go. All right, so overall, we're over 3 trillion, just below 3.1 trillion total market cap, and not too bad, not too bad. So Ethereum back over 3K. Now, talking about Ethereum, we've got an update from Bitmine Immersion. From the last update was the 19th. We have Bitmine Immersion there, had bought another 99,000 Ethereum. And we've even had the Aave DAO there buy another 9,000 on the 21st. So those are the latest updates there about the strategic reserves. That last buy, of course, pushes Bitmine Immersion over 4 million. They got 4,070,000 Bitcoin now, which is pretty awesome. So that puts them at 67% of their target of 6 million coins. Remember, they're going for 5% to get what they call a sovereign put, and of course, get the network benefits from that. So they've still got to buy quite a few coins, but they've been doing pretty well with their average. So Tom Lee's going to be very happy about that. All right, so that's kind of the play right now. We haven't seen a lot of these other players come in and buy big chunks yet. Maybe they'll have to buy them late. We're thinking of maybe possibly more SharpLink, more Ether Machine, more FG Nexus, things like that. We will see what happens there. And, if the US government comes out with a buying policy around crypto, then it's going to be absolutely game on. Like even if they've been mucking around or whatever, it's going to be absolute FOMO. So keep a lookout for that. that could trigger very, very quickly. So we're looking forward to more around the crypto strategy from the US government, and that's going to be pretty exciting. All right, so that is pretty much it with the treasuries. Let's jump over into PulseChain, shall we? Shall we do that next? Let's do that next. All right. All right, let's go. All right, so PulseChain, day 955, guys, 955. For those that are new, PulseChain launched on the on the 13th, of May, 2023, and it has been running for 955 days since then, and is a full system state fork of Ethereum. And of course, it has all the robustness of Ethereum, but is actually slightly faster and has more 25% more deflation with its blockchain missions. So it is we need slightly less volume, relatively speaking, to get deflationary. It's still in an inflationary phase at the moment. Of course, we've had pretty low volumes, so we need to get those high volumes to kick in. For the old Pulse deflation. On the Pulse X ago, we continued to burn off the Pulse X, so kind of exciting. All right, let's get into the charts there. We got Pulse at the moment is sitting at quadruple 171, up 2.6%. So we'll take the little green candles today. We got Pulse X at the moment, quadruple 135, up 2.93%. And we got the buy and burn sitting around 8.3%. Now that number's been moving around a little bit lately. I don't know what's been going on there, but 8.3%. And we got the Ink token up big time today, 6.3%. Sorry, 8.3% at 70, just over 70 cents. And there was a wallet that came over, I think, with $200,000 in, I think it was stable coins. And they ended up routing through buying Pulse and then buying Ink. And they took a bit of slippage on that. So it wasn't very efficient buying. And so they seemed to be rather desperate to buy it. So anyway, that happened. And that's up 8.3% as a result. So there we go. Hex at the moment is just below 0.3 of a penny on PulseChain. It is up 2.7% though. And then we've got EHEX there at 3.093. So a bit of weakness there on EHEX. And of course the EHEX looking pretty tasty with 3 zeros on it. The combined price of EX and PX sitting at 0.38 of a penny right now. We're in that really solid accumulation zone. And arguably Hex is probably looking the best for the pickup here. With the small liquidity and the probably less sellable whales is maybe you want to put that. If you haven't want to find out more on Hex, check out Crispy Man and Hex Fire Show. He does I think a weekly show on Hex Deep Dive, and he's an analyst, so he goes on he's got his own charts and data pulling and all that sort of stuff. So definitely check out Crispy Man. Big shout out. So that's day 955 for the Richard Hart cause on PulseChain. Gas prices were 200,000 beats, pretty normal. 1/10 of a penny for a PulseX swap. Not much to look at there. Validators pretty much the same as yesterday, is it? Looks pretty much the same, 52,642. Of note, of course, validatorstore.com, which is doing about 66% of the hardware supply for the validators, is got their prices going up, I think, on the 1st of January, is it? Because hardware's just gone up at source prices, and that's from David Feder. So you might want to check out Validator Store if you want to do your solo validating. All right, so let's jump into the yield at the moment. It's around 10% APR too, by the way, based on that. There are other options on PulseChain to do validating. Of course, Voucher is one of those, right? Voucher is one of those. All right, so the bridge at the moment's $79.1 million. Really still haven't got over the 80 million yet, but we've been stuck around here, so it's okay. Obviously, with just the way that we've had capital flight and selling and things like that, we've had smaller liquidity pools on PulseX, and of course stable coins there sitting idle, and obviously we've lost some capital as well. That's just showing the weakness where we are at the moment. Is it a call for concern? I wouldn't say at this level. Certainly, not great, but we're not at cascade failure at all, and probably just sitting still, with a decent baseline for the move back up. I remember if I remember right, this got down to like 30 million at some stage, or 40 million or something like that. So we can't be too badly off there, but it is a fair critique that some people are making. Talking about that, let's move into PulseChain. The volumes, of course, still pretty low. We've been between about 4.5 to 6.5 million typically, and where we're at the moment. So it's a weekday, we're at 6.4 million, so still pretty low. And of course, that means the buy and burn's low, etc. Everything's kind of low on the Pulse, EIP 159, on the Pulse Expoin, all that sort of stuff at these low volumes. But if you annualize the volumes, even at 5 million, that's a $1.8 billion in volume trading a year. So, I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at, right? But it's still relatively low. So we want to get that up, 5 billion plus or something. Let's go 10 billion. Anyway, we got the top performer at the moment is Dunamis. It is up 34%. It's been around for 18 days. We got CDI, PulseChain fork token, and when I say fork token, I mean copied from part of the copy of Ethereum. Went back on the 13th of May, 2023. That's up 22%, and that's been notably up here a lot. So let's go. You can see the weird start of the chain, but it's been pumping the last 2 weeks. So look at the daily chart there. Yeah, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 days. 5 days. Let's just call it 5 days pumping there. Got a bit of volume coming in there from some. It's a small retail play relatively. It's got a silly markup on there. That's probably why it keeps popping up on my list. All right, so we've got Mafia at the moment. So we ignore CDI and we ignore the Dunamis. Then Dunamis is not too bad, I guess. But we go to Mafia. Mafia is really kind of the top performer there, the big guys. And that is up at $652,000 at the moment for the Mafia. And I don't know, they must be getting pretty close to launching the killing component of the game, and that would be the full launch once they do that, right? 00065, so that's been moving up the last couple of weeks, and in the last 5 days as well. And then quite a bit of volume came in today relative to the liquidity, so someone coming and buying that up. I don't know if there's any news on that actually. Let's have a quick look at the X account. Now they don't really update their X very much, so let me just quickly check it before I post it over. Yeah, nothing really up there on the socials there, but that might be getting a little bit closer. Should we go to look at the website and see whether there's any upgrades on there? That might be the easiest way to go. So we're at playmafia.io. They've changed their UI quite a bit and a lot of upgrades there. But let's go to the documentation and see what it says about the rollout. So it's got rebirth still to come. 7 days to make your decision. Your account dies. Pay a fee vault to rebirth. So it seems like a fairly small upgrade. And then the vault requirements, I think they're BNB's not hit, but Pulse is hit. And then they got the launch, so they must be pretty close to launch. They've still got these open for business and group crimes still not completed, but maybe they are mostly completed. So now the other thing that we're looking at is the multi-chain, right? So they got the base chain and the monad chain. So we're looking out for something in there as well. So that is slowly progressing. Anyway, the market's moving on it, and that's got a bit of a lift right now. That would be PulseChain's full-fledged game there from Jacob. So everyone's looking for that. We love gaming, and we want to get more games on the chain. All right, where did I go there? I lost it. All right, so that is pretty much it. Let's go back out of there. So that is Mafia right now. That's doing pretty well, up 17%. Doubt Token, one of the top RH memes, is up 15% right now. We got UFO there, up 13%, tied into the PTGC crew. We got Yoinked, been around for 47 minutes, apparently. Well, at least this pair has. Anyway, this pair has. Yoinked there, and it's up 11%. We got SCADA at the moment. It's been around for 2 months. Is one of the nuke supply tokens. It's up 11% today. $250,000 market cap. Let's have a quick look at this chart, see where it's at. Yeah, just a little bit off there on the day, I should say. So, but it has been consolidating around this range of 1,300 to a penny. All right, so what else is going there? We've got Ink Token is dominating in here as well, obviously because of that large buyer came in and pumped it up to 70 cents. It's still up 9% there. Let's have a look at this main pair in terms of the chart, though. Can kind of see that get pumped quite a bit. Got pumped to 78 cents. Let's look at the hourly chart there to see that action. There we go. There's the action there. Bam. They really wanted that stuff. All right. So we got Fitzgerald at the moment, up almost 9% as well. This one here has been making a little bit of recovery, I believe. Yep, a little bit of recovery there on the weekly. On the daily there with Fitzgerald, yeah, up the last 5 days. So there we go. Not too bad. RSI not fully overbought yet, 65, but getting there. So just take note of that. What else there? What did we talk about? The doubt? Yeah, doubt pairs. Yeah, they're all dominating all the way down to number 18. Then we get number 19. We got dominance up almost 7%. And Go First, the first 404 contract on PulseChain from Dipcatcher. That is up 6.6% right now at number 20. It's been making a little bit of a mini comeback. Let's look at that chart there on the daily. That's the daily chart there. Yeah, just made a little bit of a pickup. 57, bouncing off around $50, $51. Number 21, Pulse Puppy up 4.7%, Sparta up 4.6%, Peppy up 4.4%. We had seen Peppy doing a bit of a nice move there as well. Now Sparta had been up, and we did see Sparta, Wendy's for Tendies, the founder of Sparta, go on the Crypto Cabana show, and we'll see that in the monster thread coming up soon. RSI there. Let's have a look at the Peppy though. Peppy there with the big brand name, of course, has been up for 4 days in a row, so not bad. Went from 0003 to 0046. So nice little move there on the old Peppy. So getting a bit of love there coming off the bottom. Another OG Web Chef along with Dominance is Missor. That's at number 25. And that's up 4.425% as well. So we're seeing a little bit of lift there with the OG Web Chefs. World's Greatest PDI printer from OG Web Chef as well, up 4%. And remember, up 4% as well. Now, these were always kind of risky protocols, but they were really popular for several months. And the team who was running them was routing a lot of volume through them. So we were earning a lot of, PDI and Pulse and things. But of course, they all came off the top there. And that's typically what we would see with those protocols. And it eventually played out. But they did stay up for quite a long time. And they did launch a lot of tokens. And were pretty popular for a period of time. SolidX there sitting at 48 cents. Down from its, it was a lot higher the other day, wasn't it? It's up 3.7% right now. RSI oversold up 3.4% at number 29. And then we got our PulseX sitting around number 30. We got James Murray as a troper there at number 32. And that is up about 3% as well. BBC token there from 9-inch DEX up about 3%. 9x DEX is pretty much, pretty much, it's got a tiny little bit of volume, but pretty much a dead DEX now. We've got ALGO there, leverage on Hex, of course, is up 2.8%. So we do get a vicious rebound in the old Hex there, which is looking very, very tasty for pickups. Then, that could really re-rate pretty hard as well. What else do we got? DevC coin number 36 up 2.7%. Love.io from Mr. Anderson's, as I always repeat myself. It'd be nice to see whether they're actually going to do anything with this brand. It's a great brand. They've obviously got Luffy.com store, but really are they going to do some networks, maybe some teen magazines, I don't know, teen platforms, influencer platforms. We'll see what happens there. Nothing so far, but they are waiting for the market to turn up. So whenever that is, maybe they'll make some moves. We'll see. 9mm is the second biggest DEX on PulseChain, and as I said, I think there's more opportunity for DEX expansion. We've really only got the two big DEXs and two balancer forks, and so we're looking forward to more activity there with that to expand. So I think there's definitely an opening for at least a third, if not a fourth DEX on PulseChain. Obviously, we need a bit of a pickup in the chain. We're slowly ramping up some of these projects at the moment. They're adding some nice value to the chain. So fingers crossed we get something new in the DEX space in 2026. Some of the opportunities there possibly could come from maybe even LibertySwap, but certainly maybe Jacob with the old PUSD ALGO and things like that. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But it definitely seems like that's right for the opening there. GoPulse there sitting up 2.4% at the moment. Moonex at number 43 up 2.4%. Yoink at number 45 up 2.25%. Sun Mini, which is unfortunately going over to Solana, is sitting at 6.3 cents and is up 2% right now. And we know they're sitting on a buckload of cash. They're looking at a boatload of cash. I don't know. What time of the year is it now? December. I think they could be sitting on, I don't know, I'm going to make it even higher, 15 to 20 million plus on that buy and burn. It's all not going to go to PulseChain, unfortunately. They've been putting a little bit here, I think, on the Sun Mini Meal. But it does look like they're going to try and migrate soon enough. Now, this is the weekly chart. Let's go into the trading view here, and let's look for some of the big buys. We'll do over 2.5K. It's not always obvious, but something like this here 4 or 5 days ago, it's probably the buy and burn there. They are coming through RampNow, aren't they, with their purchases? but these are still relatively small to the amount of money that they must be accumulating in that buy and burn. Yeah, could be pretty huge. Now, a lot of free money. See this new account selling down 18K. Probably that's just probably money for jam. So that reward program of theirs, they got moved on to reward 2.0 program. Yeah, this is still going to go, but going to go to Solana. It's a shame, but that's probably the Floyn partnership coming up that's advised them to do that, and with the EU compliance and all that sort of stuff they're going to be doing. And I think there's a lot of advantages on Solana, of course, with all the stable coins and institutions and things like that. That's kind of the general thrust of it, I think. All right. So shame on them. Shame on them. All right. So what else do we got coming down? Down at 51, PTC the Greys at 1.7%. Pump Tires at the moment, the main brand there. It's going to be under a bit of pressure because we've got CoinMafia launching, right? Now, CoinMafia is going to be multi-chain, but it's also going to be PulseChain. It's got some pretty superior tokenomics for a lot of part of the market, for the main part of the market, not for the token launchers. I think token launchers would consider themselves better off in Pump Tires because of the 82% ownership. That may play into some people's decisions, but we will see. For the retail book, though, CoinMafia could be as a much better offering with refunds and things like that. So we're going to see how that goes, but certainly. This has also been a public good as well. A lot of that Pulse captured and centralized there, and when people are launching tokens. So it's going to be probably there's a fitting place for both of them, but certainly competition coming into that marketplace a bit. Sitting just at 2,800 of a penny right now is the old pump there at the bottom, and so I'm not expecting too much from that, to be honest. Unless PulseChain really rallies, then we could see a rally in that. But we'll face more competition. So how does the market discount that? We'll see. But certainly not a little bit probably better, less riskier for bigger upside opportunities out there. But you never know. We got the old Pump Tires die there at 1.5% at number 54. X Games sitting at 1100th of a penny at 1.5%. Liberty there at number 56 at 1.4%. Peahen tied into the Peacock at 1.3%. Zero Trust doing a lot of stuff. They're actually doing quite a bit in the ecosystem. We'll probably try and cover Zero Trust a bit more in the future. They're doing, doing their little mini moves and other stuff, and we'll keep a lookout for that one. So keep that on the watch list is probably the one might add. It's at 1.3%. Z-Dog likewise pretty similar at 1%. These are all kind of tied into the Peacock ecosystem now. These ones, and then we've got Peacock itself sitting at 1.1 cent. At 1.1 at the moment. Of course, we're looking for LibertySwap 2.0 coming out in the next day or two. We've got further down 63 is Swarm, and then we've got Unity down there as well. Unity for cryptographics. Of course, they're bringing some collaborative staking, I think it is, coming up. We're going to see that in the monster thread. So some more innovation there coming from cryptographics. And what else? We've got Brea at the moment. Brea's had a pretty good little run. Getting excited for, of course, Coinwell, Coinnaki, and of course CoinMafia, which is launching soon. So Brea, they're getting a bit of an uplift there. And then we've got Reserve Tay to bounce it out. So in the UXDX team. So those have kind of the green coins, 69 out of 100. Everything else is slightly down. Even PTC just down very slightly down. Vouch very slightly down as well. Some of the big heavyweights on PulseChain. Some of the big ones down right now are James Maria's Teddy Bear, Liquid Loans, P Tiger down 3%, but that's nothing really down huge today. Worst is Gas Station from OG WebChef, and that's down 5.5%. So actually not a too bad a day on the chain, even with the lower volume, 6.4 million, 465,000 transactions. So that's a decent level. That's overall. So I would say the best performers at the moment, Mafia and Doubt Token making a bit of a move, as well as UFO and of course INC Token. Some of the standouts there. All right, we've got a few people in the chat there before we get on into some of the project updates and, of course, the hottest PulseChain weekly news on the Monster Thread, number 33. So we're going to talk about that. We've got a few more Merry Christmases in the house. Mark Innes in the house there. Merry Christmas, mate. Hey, Merry Christmas to you. I love all the party poppers there. We've got Get Hex in the house as well. Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay blessed and wishing you all joy, peace, love, and prosperity. Shall watch replay Superman. Need some coffee first. Nice there. Lots of love. I appreciate that, Get X. Thank you very much. Enjoy the coffee, as they say. All right, let's jump into some of the projects, and then we're going to get into the monster news for the Christmas edition. And so let's kick into the gear there. So we've got CoinMafia going to be launched. This is Racker Michelle, of course, the biggest whale on the PulseChain, and he's got CoinMafia is hard at work preparing for launch. Stay in the alpha, and of course, he's talking about their Telegram group. So it's getting ready there. I'm good. I'm happy to see them back with the ape branding. They were almost starting to veer off into some alternative branding, but I think it should stick with the ape there. We got what else? Let's scroll up a little bit further here. Launching CoinMafia and launch CoinMafia at CoinMafia.io soon. Full EVM compliant, built for degens and builders across all 300 chains, and it's going to be really interesting to see the participation across chains. With the Pruvex sacrifice, we've kind of seen that with a couple of the chains at the bottom not having anything on them, but it's going to be interesting to see what is launched there. Real innovation, real fairness, one launcher for every chain that matters. So I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be really interesting. Obviously, the top value chains, top 20 chains, should be pretty interesting too. There's a lot of players in PulseChain that launch, multi-chain, a few projects. Base chain, etc. So it's going to be interesting to see if some of them do that, as well as some of the token launcher communities on PulseChain, like Humpty Dumpty or Humpback, whatever his name is. People like that might do some launches multi-chain. So it could really open up a lot of opportunity there. Real innovation, real fairness, one launcher for every chain that matters. The company is debt-free, clean slate, no present token holders to appease. Owes no one a single token, high burning native coin incoming. Founder took zero allocation, buying fear like everybody else. So he's going to be buying when the coin launches for CoinMafia. This thing is engineered to dominate, take serious market share across the ecosystem. Now, of course, Mr. Wu is out there. If you guys know Mr. Wu, is a comedian, also an influencer on X. He is going to be the director of CoinMafia, which is kind of cool. So congratulations to him. To anyone who's nervous, apprehensive, or unsure about jumping in, sit this one out for real. For real, 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 real. real. Do you know how everyone launches a coin and commences to raise a bunch of unnecessary money, taking 20-30% of supply? Not this one. Dead serious. No bull crap. You're not needed here for the launch or success of CoinMafia. Don't join. Don't use it if you don't feel right. I won't chase you. I won't beg, and I'm sure as hell won't deal with the whining or entitlement if you do show up half-hearted. if that's not, sorry, that's quite fun. If that's not you right now, cool. Stay where you are. Now thrive there. No hard feelings. But if you're hungry, if you're ready for something bigger than the same old echo chambers, step up. So there we go. And I really am enjoying the artwork. So there we are. That is a little update from CoinMafia. I don't know if we've got any other ones on here. No, this one here. This 14 hours ago. So it is basically launching soon. So that's pretty much the summary there. So we're looking forward to it. And could be a pretty heavyweight protocol with the new tokenomics for coin launches and also the 300 chains. Looking forward to it. And it's going to have its own token, of course, which probably get a lot of FOMO. And apparently Rackham's going to have to buy his own share. So there we go. Fair launch. All right, so let's jump into the next one. Is RampNow. Now, of course, RampNow earlier in the year bought over the core on-ramp to PulseChain and really ramped up the amount of money potentially that could go through, particularly around USDC. We have seen, obviously, that's been our net gainer in stablecoins. And also Sun Minimal, the big food corporate in Europe, was using it, switched from to use it to use their buy and burn. Of course, they've been managing that buy and burn on the very, very, very low side. And so here we are right now. So RampNow decided to also do a wallet, knowing that that was in big demand. And so, like I said, we could get another DEX or two on PulseChain, especially as things start to pick up. We could also need more wallets, right? So we've had a lot of bridging this year, which was fantastic because that was you got to get that. You got to make so it's easy for people to come to PulseChain. You got to get access to liquidity on all the other chains. You've got to have it fast and hopefully get some arbitrage bots, operating and all that sort of stuff. Lots of reasons for bridges, and of course we've had a lot of development in that space, and RampNow has played a big role. We've also had Hyperlane. Obviously HexScout was as the front end of that as well, which is unfortunately just stepped down from there. And of course, the big one, of course, LibertySwap, they're making a big role as well. So We had a big expansion. I think we got something like 27 to 30 different bridges or swapping mechanisms on PulseChain now. And of course, we've got the official bridge. So been a rough patch for PulseChain lately, says RampNow. A lot of changes, a lot of uncertainty. Just wanted to say we're still here, still building for this community. Native PulseChain wallet. Now, they said it was going to take 6 to 8 weeks to get that up, so it'd be interesting to see how long that does take. But there's obviously a professional team. Hardware wallet integration, direct fiat into Ledger Treasure, and then, of course, making PulseChain accessible to everyone on ramp and off ramp. So another key team is RampNow on PulseChain. You've stuck with PulseChain through everything. We're here, we're shipping, and we're in this for you. And they probably got quite a lot of European clients, I would say, using this protocol, given the Sun Mineral, and that might be part of the legacy there. So pretty cool. So that is really neat there from them. So nice. And we look forward to that wallet, right? Everyone's looking forward to that wallet there. Now, moving to another bridge provider is LibertySwap, of course. LibertySwap making a bit of a storm, and we have been following them pretty closely because they are building out one of the heavyweight ecosystems on PulseChain that we've been looking forward to, right? I mean, there's several other teams doing ecosystem build-outs, but this is certainly the heavyweight with the bridge and the fund flows, right, and the LP pool. So it's a big deal. And now, of course, they've added privacy through Railgun, and they're going to be adding a lot more. I mean, the roadmap these guys are talking about is ginormous, and they seem to be rapidly developing. I would suggest to you that they probably have quite a few things in the pipeline that already before they kind of announce all this, but certainly they look like they're going to be building out quite the titan of an ecosystem. It really does look impressive. So 19 hours ago, they put this out. They said, we have increased the limit for Railgun private routes to 10 ETH per swap. So not only did they launch the Railgun to ETH to PulseChain, they also have increased the limits, which is always fun to see. And newly launched Railgun private routes for ETH have already proven their resilience and speed. In the first 2 weeks alone, they processed hundreds of transactions with no stuck or delayed transfers. With this confidence, we're now expanding private routes to additional blockchains and more assets. Fantastic, right? This marks a major step forward in solving one of the biggest challenges in Ethereum privacy adoption, onwards and upwards from here. So that's kind of cool. 10 ETH there now. Look at that. Fantastic. This is based on ETH. So obviously they're looking to add more chains and stable coins and things like that. So you're going to be at a lot of cool, you want to get that major capital flow coming. So that is fantastic there. I'm going to repost it actually. That's really cool. We're on fire. Well done, teams. It's PulseChain Nexus. Thank you very much. This is just a warm up for the privacy features on LibertySwap. Kind of cool. Delivering some new cool stuff. Absolutely. Winners can move in coins and out of PulseChain with next level of privacy. More great things coming. We're solving two core problems of Railgun and Ethereum privacy. I'm excited for how 2026 unfolds. So they really look like they're just ramping up all the time, isn't it? Really ramping up there. So very cool. So that was a nice update there 18 hours ago, but there's more, or 19 hours ago, there's more. So let's just scroll up here. We're not going to look at the articles. We're just going to look at some of the product enhancements. Yeah, we'll move on from there. There's some good insight stuff that they post, but we're going to move on. We're just trying to get into the combined market cap of privacy-focused crypto assets typically ranges between 6 and 15 billion. And of course, we know that at the moment that's very valuable at the moment. So a lot of people, finding that popular. Depending on market cycles and how strictly privacy coins are defined, represents only a small fraction of the broader crypto market, which is often valued around 1 trillion. Peacock is positioning itself to capture a meaningful share of this undeveloped privacy market as demand for on-chain privacy inevitably grows. And of course, we see at the moment, that some of these privacy assets are getting re-rated, right? Right, so kind of cool. Let's jump forward from there. So I haven't read some of these, so that's why I'm going into them just to see what they're saying. All right, so let's move on here. Good morning. So this is 7 hours ago. Good morning, day 3 Christmas, and looking good there. Party time. Our team is pushing hard to wrap things up and bring LibertySwap V2 online. So they're obviously targeting to the next day or two, and basically just deliver it before Christmas. So they've got about 3 days, to do that. GetHex says, has anyone done a tutorial on how to use Railgun? I did post a video of their tutorial, which had a audio overlay from Crypto Sparbook. I posted it on the channel on YouTube, as you can check that out. I'm not sure if anyone's done a step-by-step yet on it. I certainly haven't. I wasn't particularly planning to. I had thought about it, but I didn't plan to. A Crypto Coffee may have done one. It's typically does things like that, so it might be worth checking out. All right, let's move forward here. There's Crypto Coffee, just as I was talking about it. It's hilarious. But he's got a little video here, but yeah, I haven't got the sound on, so we're going to move forward. All right, so let's scroll back up here. So we've got a few other posts there. 4 hours ago, in just 5 months, we've completed phase 1, says LibertySwap, and have already begun building phase 2 solutions. Isn't that exciting? I think that's pretty exciting. So let me have a drink here for a minute. One of the hardest problems in on-chain privacy is that balances from different privacy protocols and different chains cannot be exchanged with each other without weakening anonymity. Today, shielded balances are fragmented. For example, Railgun shielded ERC20 tokens on Ethereum are completely isolated from Railgun balances on BNB, Polygon, or Arbitrum. The same issue exists across other privacy systems such as Tornado Cash. This fragmentation causes uneven anonymity sets. Chains with higher usage accumulate stronger anonymity, while lower activity chains become progressively weaker. Over time, the weak get weaker and the strong get stronger, which is fundamentally unhealthy for privacy. With LibertySwap, however, we abstract away the chain boundary. Shielded Railgun ERC20 balances are treated as a unified liquidity domain, regardless of the originating blockchain. This allows private assets to be exchanged across chains without breaking anonymity, while strengthening the global anonymity set instead of fragmenting it. This is the core problem phase 2 is designed to solve. So we're getting some more goodness from the old LibertySwap there. Plans to integrate additional privacy routes and services, enhancing the platform's privacy features. This is a critical importance for privacy on PulseChain as well. The core issue is uneven anonymity sets, or privacy protocols such as Tornado Cash or Railgun operate across multiple chains with different usage levels. The anonymity sets diverge. The anonymity set on Ethereum is significantly larger than on a PulseChain. Rational users will consistently choose Ethereum to protect their funds. This behavior is not ideological, it's mathematical. Users follow the strongest anonymity guarantees. Over time, this creates a negative feedback loop. Ethereum privacy becomes stronger due to sustained demand, while privacy on other blockchains becomes progressively weaker due to lower usage and thinner anonymity sets. Once this imbalance forms, it is extremely difficult to reverse. Solving privacy fragmentation is therefore not optional. Without unified or shared anonymity, non-Ethereum chains will always be structurally disadvantaged in privacy, regardless of how good their underlying technology is. So focused on that. Pretty cool. All right, let's move on. Let's go back up here. So that was 4 hours ago, and we read that one too. I'm going to scroll back up here. Move forward up here. So that's pretty much it from LibertySwap. So we're waiting for version 2, and we're excited about it. It's going to be basically the big thing it's going to do is open up what they call hooks. And they're going to be able to hook DeFi into basically the swaps and the bridge, essentially, something like that. So it's pretty awesome. So we have this, and they're building out from their privacy view. So they've really shifted into the privacy wallets and all that stuff. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Now, what they're setting up could be used by Richard Hart, right? So if you wanted to bring in funds and not only have them private, but also pump the chain, then this would be perfect, right? And then those chain watchers like CryptoSolve out there will be blind to it, right? Yeah. Keep up the good work there, CryptoSolve. But that's kind of the place. So we're excited about that. Now, recently, of course, we saw 300K of ETH, I think it was, come over the bridge, and the market tried to front run it like 2 days ago, and then they just sat there, just like that 4.4 million or whatever it was back in the day from people presume as Richard, right? Which just makes sense. So those moves at the moment, you kind of bring it over, and then you just got to let it sit there when it comes out of Tornado Cash, so that you don't get manipulated by the market, and the market tries to front run those moves, right? Because they see it. Well, with LibertySwap and privacy, it's all going to be private, and so this could be the ultimate game plan there. Whether it's just coincidental, I don't know. You decide, but certainly the team looks like they're based in Europe, and it looks like game on. So yeah, it is pretty exciting. So that is LibertySwap. We're expecting that launch in the next day or two. So that will be our Christmas present there. And of course, they recently announced they're going to be doing Aave. fork there. So this expansion of this ecosystem looks really, really bullish. And of course, ultimately, Peacock should represent the increase in value. We'll see. Brendan's in the house there. Howdy, Superman. Merry Christmas, mate. And Merry Christmas to you, Brendan. Welcome to the chat, the live stream. All right. Let's jump over into the monster thread. This is our last topic for the day. We're up to 45 minutes on the hour, which is pretty cool. We're going to get into the monster thread. This is going to be really fun to go through. The Christmas edition, number 33 monster thread. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right. So let's get into it. And should we go full screen on this? I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like with full screen. Bam. No, it's not quite right, is it? Let's go mini screen. Let's go middle screen. Middle screen. All right, but let's zoom in on it one more time. Should we do that? How does that look? Should we do it one more? Should we do another one? I think that works. Yeah, that's not bad, eh? Not bad. All right, you can see all the Santas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. It's kind of good. All right, so PulseChain Weekly Monster Thread number 33, Richard's MetaMask talks volunteers in Temecula, and that's in California, at the Hive, isn't it? They call it the Hives, the warehouse where they dispatch all the iPads, promotional iPads, the DGen Generation documentary. So we're going to look at that and much more. So that's the headline there. A special Christmas edition, ready for this week's monster updates. Well, we are ready. Richard Hart, of course, kicks it off, the founder of PulseChain and X. Richard's MetaMask talks. Now, Richard is working, right? So Richard's working. Richard says MetaMask has reached out to make things easier for PulseChain after Makashi from MetaMask replied asking what should be fixed, prompting hundreds of suggestions from the community. We actually might look at some of these. So that was the one about being reached out by MetaMask, which is cool. We're finally getting some love from them. But this is the one where Richard was, proactively working, right? So they posted this thing about Bitcoin has ended the chat. MetaMask now supports Bitcoin. We got Bitcoin and MetaMask before GTA 6. Nice joke there. And then Richard posted below that on the 18th of December, your post has 100 likes in an hour. If you fix PulseChain integration by letting people actually add and see their free ERC20 copies on the network, in other words, PRC20s, I bet you'll get thousands of likes. And they actually responded there. You can see a Makashi from MetaMask, a senior business development manager and product safety for MetaMask, cybersecurity specialist as well. That's what he does. He said, "Let me know what's not working, and we can tackle it." Surprise, surprise. Richard said, "Thank you for your response. MetaMask blocks adding ERC20 token contract addresses for use on PulseChain because the contract address matches Ethereum's CA. Because PulseChain is a full system state fork of Ethereum, all the contract addresses match at the fork date 2.5 years ago, while I guess LLRC there means you can't add any of your free copies to the wallet. The free copy of Wrap Bitcoin, for instance, is worth $230 each, and it's been as high as $2,675. So I bet people would love to be able to add it to their wallet and sell it for free money. I'll get back to you with other ideas and truly appreciate the assistance there." So that was well received. So everyone, chimed into that, and it was pretty cool. So that was a big deal there. I think that's kind of been a really popular development around MetaMask. Most undervalued layer one, Tam, of course, one of the top female influencers in the PulseChain space now, hosted an X space. Why PulseChain is the most undervalued and superior L1. That was a pretty cool topic there. Check that out as well. I will post the link to this actually in the chat there while we're going through it in case you want to check it out. Now, if you're busy during the week, there's a great way of catching up on everything that's happened over the week. Also, if you want to onboard new people, perfect for sending the people to onboard and bring into the PulseChain ecosystem. And there's 33 weeks of this now, so you can go back for 33 weeks and see all the oddest news. It really is cool. All right. We may have a new publication coming out very, very soon, by the way. So look forward to that. So we're having a meeting about that after this live stream. So that's coming. All right, so that's kind of cool. Triple Hexmas special. DJ Cryptomatic held 3 epic streams on Twitch, including the Hexmas 2025 special. And, DJ Cryptomatic, he's one of our at least 2 DJs that we have that are pumping out good vibes while we're waiting for PulseChain to bottom out and start to move on the big move that we're all expecting. And he does some great stuff there with the music. And we're talking about R&B, rap, rock and roll, any decade he's covering. He really does a great job of it, and doing a great job indeed. Great thread, says GetHex. Yeah, it is great. It's great. We got that was pretty cool. And of course, he posted this little picture of Richard Hart on Christmas. So you got to have the Christmas, right? That is pretty cool. So I really like that. It's so very good, actually. It's a very good likeness. So not bad there from Cryptomatic. Now, Internet Money, of course, our main wallet on PulseChain. It is rolled out major V2 upgrades across all platforms with better UX, user experience, and more features. So let's have a quick look at that, actually. Probably got a whole list of things there. Major announcements. We hear you, community. We have completed phase 1 of the heavily requested user interface enhancements. They got light and dark mode here. That's kind of cool. I'll have to check out the dark mode, actually, and light mode. I guess it's probably a little bit different from the default, maybe. Refining of app visuals, changing the primary app colors. That'd be cool. I'm happy about that. Making app action buttons more elegant and condensed. Fixed a bug with Treasure. Other minor bug fixes, and what else they got there? What is currently being worked on, and what we expect to in new releases. Pull down to refresh, removing visual refresh arrows, updating buttons app-wide, making them more elegant and uniform, reworking major screens like homepage and account pages, making them visually more appealing or refined there. Everyday Internet Money, we listen to our community and build, improve, and grow. Thanks to everybody, of course. Here to many more years. So a very long life committed project on PulseChain. Very, very cool. All right, so that is kind of neat. That is from Internet Money, and obviously a big deal there. TruDefi, of course, we've talked about this. We're going to be talking about this in a bit more detail. In fact, I just realized that I missed the post that I had. I had a post on it, and I must have deleted it. Let's have a look. Let's bring the post. I must have accidentally deleted it. Must have accidentally tripped out of it or something. I'm going to have to go get it, guys. I'm going to have to go get it because it's such a damn good post. So TruDefi taking over. No token PLS. So it's going to be, there's no token to TruDefi, right? Or True2x. It is a pulsed compounding platform, and it went live. And at the time of print, it had 26 billion pulse deposit in it, which is amazing. Its cap for the first day was 25 billion, and it was so big that so much pulse did they receive that they lifted the cap. They lifted the cap so that everyone would get the best share rate in the first day auction. And once the first day auction closes, you get shares, and then you can go do your miner. You can go do your miner, which gets you 2x in pulse. That's the miner there. So we're excited about that. But let me go and get it because I did have it up, and I must have accidentally closed it down. So I'm going to have to go and find the post that I had. So just bear with me while I do that. We'll put on some music, some elevator music, something like that. So congratulations to the 2x team, True2x team, I should say, the TruDefi team. It is quite an incredible launch. So let me pick up this X post, and we'll post this in and have a look at that now. So big shout out to Neil Fortescue, of course, a very popular community person in the PulseChain. He's in the team of TruDefi. It says the journey continues with TruDefi and True2x with a successful day one of deposit volume of 32.7 billion pulse. Isn't that incredible? 32.7 billion pulse in the day one. Users are on their way to mining for their 2x after we're in the second day now, I believe. So yeah, come to Telegram with any questions. So huge congratulations to the team. And I'm going to repost that. That is truly great. Truly a great result for day one. Day one. All right. Covered it on a live show. Let's excited for the next few days. Now, as you guys know, this has a lot of ramifications, right? So this, because they're getting so much pulse in there, they're going to be taking 40% of that pulse, remember, and they're going to be investing it into top tier projects on PulseChain. So they're doing quite a bit of management around this. But 14%. So the more billions that go in, the more that they'll be buying up some of your popular projects. So it could be ones like Vouch, for example, or Emmet, or Nope Token from Randy Alasky, Gelato, lots of different projects that are participating as project miners inside the project, which is pretty crazy. So remember, there's going to be retail miners, there's going to be system miners, and then there's going to be partner program miners, right? So the partner program miners, they're going to get a boost and sort of put that positive cycle, right? So it's going to be pretty interesting that, and they have a referral program and all those other layers there for incentives. So and they run, I think, for at least the standard referrals runs for, I think, 45 days. So it's kind of the play there. So very excited about this. So really big deal there. And congratulations to the team. We're looking forward to that. What a start, 32.7 billion. So we'll see what the next few days are before Christmas. All right. So that is pretty neat. And may even, I mean, if they keep going at this level, maybe even have a system impact on the markets in PulseChain. You know what I mean? Like, this is the whole thing. Got really surprised to the upside there. So we'll keep watching. I don't want to get too ahead of the market, but a great start. Truly great start there. All right. So what else? We got LibertySwap tease. LibertySwap teases a V2 release for making features much faster. Now we've been talking about that today already. That we're expecting that in the next day or two. Very excited about this. This is obviously a huge deal for PulseChain as well. So we've got a couple of really good stories and value creators happening on the PulseChain right now. So it's really nice to see. Call for volunteers. Now, a Wild SJ, I've got another top female influencer in the PulseChain, called for volunteers in Timakula to help unloading promo tablet boxes with a Griffin. Of course, Griffin's been making all that happen as the non-profit to spread the PulseChain word far and wide. They were expecting to do 1 million tablets by Christmas. I'm not sure how close to that they are, but they're certainly unloading more freights there. So it's kind of cool. Looks like they may have finished the job, because it kind of, at least from this angle, it's kind of empty. But that is ticking away. So if you want to go and volunteer in California, they would love you to hit them up. So either Griffin there or Wild SJ, and Wild SJ is working hard there, spending a lot of time there to make it happen. So big shout out to her as well. PulseChain Store tablets. Pulse Store announces PulseChain tablets available now in store, which is pretty cool, awesome. So now tablets are far and wide. Even the PulseChain Store now is doing that. So let's go to their link. Let's go. I'm trying to get their link without getting knocked over there. PulseChain LCD tablets now in store. In support of Griffin, we are delighted to announce these are now live in the PulseChain Store. Grab a bunch today and get creative distributing these in innovative and effective ways. Visit PulseChainStore.com. And of course, what out there? Number one, every order placed will be matched by Griffin, i.e. the same amount distributed to events causes. All funds from your orders goes to Griffin, and all non-US orders will be shipped January 2026. So non-US there, and those are the tablets there. Pretty cool. Great Christmas gift, actually. Perfect timing if you think about it. So cool. All right, so there we go. That is pretty neat. And then, of course, the next story is Tuesday night Livewire. Hex5, of course, I told you about Crispy Man with Hex, hosts the PulseChain and Motion stream with Fast Abdul, deep diving into the ecosystem. So definitely check that out. Both of them, of course, extremely knowledgeable in the PulseChain community and, of course, development as well. Reply Guys popping. So people are experimenting with social media, trying to get more views in many ways. And, of course, Sick Alpha and CryptoSolve reached millions of views while experimenting the Reply Guy life on X. In other words, replying to posts on X and getting millions of views. So they did pretty well, whatever they were replying. Kind of cool. Let's have a look at Sick Alpha on that note. And even to earn money, he got so many views. You have to get 5 million impressions to get paid. And he got 20 million impressions. Wow. And he got $726 for those 20 million. So there we go. So pretty awesome. So congratulations. And then CryptoSolve, of course, he does a lot of the analytical work, forensic chains analysis. He also got millions of views as well. Look at the views gone up there. Bam, bam. Look at that. Millions. Hopefully he's going to get paid soon too. 7 million views. Should get paid coming up. So he'll be happy about that. So that seems to be successful. The Reply Guy life. There we go. This is Cabana. Cabana Crypto, of course, a very popular PulseChain influencer. Went live with Big Kowalski, also another popular community member OG. along with Wendy's for Tendies, of course, the founder of Sparta, and of course, it's got the Panda X project. I'm not sure if that's launched yet, but that's coming up. Talking PulseChain as well. So the lads there were all on stream. Kind of cool. Then we had DGen Generation documentary. Yeah, we got documentaries on PulseChain, and of course, Tom Peter Gill there has got that. Now I'm hoping to interview Tom soon, so look forward to that. He's doing some really interesting stuff in the community. He's got a new DGen Generation documentary on Indican Official, so you definitely go check that out and say hello. Also highlighted by Georgia Carrera, who seems to be a little bit have a little few connections in the movie and TV and independent kind of artists category. So kind of cool. And you can watch the full trailer there on the website. So kind of cool. I'm not sure if that shows up on here, but definitely go and watch it on the website there. I'm not sure if we'll see that, but we'll probably hold off on that. And when we interview Tom, we'll watch that video hopefully. All right, but you can go sneak peek it now. Desktop update. So Desktop is more of a niche DeFi player on PulseChain, but sort of one of these ones that you should keep a lookout for. They're offering some nice utilities. So Go Desktop's there, shares their Pulse tipping pool. So people that are being video influencers or doing streams like that, you can be tipped through their DApp. So Desktop DApp with Pulse, and basically goes to your wallet, your Pulse wallet. And you can tip influencers if you like what they're doing. So there we are. That's a Go Desktop. Now I haven't been using this myself yet, but I'm going to check it out. So there are Desktop doing some good stuff there. Big shout out to them. And they've opened up streamer listings. Trading volume milestone. Pulse Cent, another one of these niche players, but actually moving up quite nicely. I mean, moving pretty strongly. There's Pulse Cent. They're doing a lot of great DeFi. And these are the ones that sneak up on people and they go, oh man, where did they come from? Now they're really big kind of thing. So these guys are just stepping up through those levels. They just smashed through 700K in total volume on their marketplace. And so keep a lookout for those. They're really launching some good stuff. So there's a big shout out to Desktop and PulseChain there, just building. Now, the other big thing is we've got new tokenomics coming. We've got Ether is coming. Cryptographics and Ether Charles go live to talk Ether, a collaborative staking platform, and huge updates for Unity and Taurus. So Unity and Taurus are going to benefit from this new collaborative staking. I believe is coming in the first quarter of next year, maybe January. I don't know. Go watch the video there, but it's pretty cool. So big shout out for them with that stream. There we go. It's quite a discussion stream, but they do show some charts for Unity and stuff like that. So kind of cool. Also, obviously, we heard the news that HexScout is discontinuing operations. So big shout out to HexScout. They have been a huge contributor to PulseChain, announcing shutdown of the HexScout DApp. And we just want to thank them for their years of service. Big shout. They have really delivered a lot of value with the old HexScout there. And of course, with bridging front ends and all sorts of stuff. So big shout out to them. They decided it's now time for them to do something new. All right, so honorable mentions. Oh, one thing I will make note about that, if someone does want to take it over, apparently they're open to that as well. So we'll see whether that does happen at all. Honorable mentions, we had Ben Sierra wraps up the Hex report. Now he finished up the October Hex report, but he's already got out his November report has started. So if you want to keep up to date with your Hex, you can obviously follow Crispy Man with Hexfire, or you can follow Ben Sierra, one of our 3 influencer analysts, as I call him. Another one is CryptoSolve, and then there's another chap around as well. But the last section of the Hex report was out, so you definitely got to check that. But I do believe the November report has started to come out as well. It's got the November best Hex stating net flows results in a year for November. So November started off with a real win there. So you can see it's got quite analytical side of things with charts and everything. And he's come out with the part 1 November Hex report as well. So you got the last part of the October report, and you got the Hex part Hex there as well. So keep a lookout for that. Doing a great job. We also have Glue Bamboo, works on animations and music for Bana. So his own project there. So we've got quite a few artists on PulseChain, as we've already covered in the Monster Thread. We've seen movie makers and artists and things like that. Get to do one of my favorite things today, working on animation and music for Bana. Absolutely so cool to see Hex is effortless, is working on a fan site and other things to support the project. Crypto markets are destroyed, he says. Right now, no better time to be working on product. Absolutely. There we go. So got a little video. Look at that. Lots of stuff in there. So you got people on the move there. Kind of neat. So check that out. Check that out. All right, the last one, of course, is OXG Sheep. Shares his 555 Guardians new validator node. Now, I haven't looked at this myself, so we'll have a look at this. 555 Guardians just took another real step forward. And in hands, we've launched a validator node on PulseChain. No, what's it? Not for hype, not for ego, but for the long-term health of the chain and the missions behind Zero and Zen. This is what alignment looks like. Builders securing the network they believe in. So kind of cool. All right, so that is great for them. All right, so that is pretty much the honorable mentions. Now, below the monster thread, inside the monster thread, as we say, is a number of top teams. So we've got Heartwood Dog there. It's got a new animated series. We've got TruDefi launched as well, and we talked about that earlier. We also got Rhinofy Combat Token, amazing team there. And of course, we've got some. We had a poll in there. I'm not sure if the poll's up there, but we had Emmet Farm, Vox, Nexian, and PulseX Farm. So if you are looking for high APRs, though, we have got about 6 or 7 farms on PulseChain. Here are 4 of the top ones there. Also, St. Richard Heart there, of course, from Kairos from Emmet Farm, put out a awesome Christmas project, St. Richard Heart. And, of course, we've got Christmas Nice List there as well. Now, if you do join that, of course, just tell them that Superman sent you and get yourself on the Nice List straight away. So do that. And then finally, we've got Vouch validating as well. Number one validator with Pulse liquid staking. So big shout out to that team. So, Hog at the moment is still on the Chronicles. So we had the first season was Pulse of the Fallen following Hog's story. And then we have had the interim, so there was 14 chapters of that. Then we've now got the interim series called The Chronicles of Hog, Somi and Andrew Tate. And, of course, Andrew Tate just had this fight that he just had. You might have saw that the other day. And this has been an amazing little series here. And, of course, episode 6 is out. So if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's just come out. And, of course, we're expecting episode 7 out this week. So President Pump just dropped in, and it's epic. So it's pretty exciting. It comes in and saves the day. Hog is on the brink of annihilation, and then Donald Pump swoops in for the ultimate save. A legendary gift is given. Crypt's Jitsu powers unlocked. So we got Hog getting his powers back, basically. I believe he lost his powers. The war against the Six has officially begun. So the Six, of course, are those evil, no-face globalists are something, wreaking havoc in the world. This anime series is pure fire Hog community delivering Hollywood-level vibes on PulseChain. And like I say, we're so lucky to have our own anime series on PulseChain. It really is very spoiled. And you can see Donald Pump there along with Hog. And that is Hillary Clinton there. She's a Titan. That's pretty scary. She's a Titan there. And you can see all the British soldiers there as well. So the final chapter's coming up, guys. You can check out episodes 1 to 5, the PulseChain Anime Classic. I definitely encourage you to check that out. All the previous episodes. Watch from 1 to 6, and we've got number 7 coming up this week. So definitely check that out. And number 7's got a little bit of sneak peek. Look at that. We've got a little sneak peek. Look who's coming now. We had Donald Pump. Now we've got Richard Hart on the old LibertySwap Peacock coming in and throwing some sort of jar with some liquid there. So I think that's how he gets his powers back. But that's pretty cool. Will Hog defeat the Six? And so, it's pretty exciting. So really building up into an awesome story there. And you can see chapter 6 below if you want to watch it there. If you haven't seen it, though, go back and watch chapter 1 to 6. Pretty cool. So pretty cool stuff there. At the end of the video, of course, is a little sneak peek. And you can see Richard Hart comes into the view there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I won't spoil it too much watching here, but definitely check it out. It is so good. So big shout out to the Hog team. Really, really is awesome there. I might as well hit the repost button on that too. Loving the Hog adventure. All right, so kind of cool. That is really neat. So that is out at the moment. All right, so the next one, of course, is TruTex. We covered the launch there. What an incredible launch. I mean, these guys are really, it's a huge launch. Over 30 billion Pulse gone in there. Amazing job. What did we say? It was 33 billion or something. 25 was the cap, the first day cap. So it was pretty amazing. And they lifted the first day cap so that everyone would get the best share rate on day one, right? That's pretty cool. Early adopters are locking in the best shares on daily one. So that's kind of cool. But, day two's day 2, right? It's the second best day, isn't it? So kind of cool. TruTex generates perpetual volume through internal mechanisms and external yield production, providing holders with steady Pulse dividends. So there's been a lot of excitement into that. And, of course, miners will offer 2x in Pulse returns. So a lot of excitement getting into there. Lowest participation equals fastest 2x payback before the masses flood in. Well, it sounds like the masses are already flooding in. So they called your bluff, TruDefi. They've called your bluff. Now, day 2, people start their miners, right? So day 1, we just had. Day 2, start their miners, and so on. So, yeah, people are looking forward to earning their 2x in Pulse there. And remember, 40% of the Pulse that goes in is going to be going into top-tier projects earning yield. And they're also going to have system miners as well. Now, there's a link there if you want to join. I highly recommend you use that link there and deposit now and get a bonus. If you want to get a bonus, that is the link there. It's at double.trudefi.io/lobby. And then, of course, there's a referral bonus there. So hit up on that and get your bonus into the system there, into the auction. Also, join the socials, TruDefi, and I highly recommend getting in there. It's really, really busy in there. So if you're looking for one of the hottest action places on PulseChain right now, well, it's got to be the TruDefi Telegram chat, right? So it is humming. It is humming, and it's exciting there. All right, so kind of cool. The next one, of course, is RhinoFi. RhinoFi, man, this team is just great. I mean, these are all great teams that we've talked about so far. Hog, the TruDefi, these guys. If you go in there, you're going to feel absolutely welcome, and that's what we want in PulseChain. We want teams that are mature, that are welcoming, that help answer your questions, all that sort of stuff. And all of these teams are like that. So RhinoFi came in, and these guys are running their 28-day recharge cycle. It is amazing. And if you look at the chart, it's been holding up very well with the pulse ratio. So these guys are delivering, and they've got all that treasury reserve and the buy and burn operating. So these guys are really doing a great job with that, and they've got a wonderful Christmas theme as well playing out this time. So big shout out to the RhinoFi team. They're really doing amazing there. They do have a 3% rewards to holders as well, just holding. So you're getting that 3% reward while you're waiting for PulseChain to get ready to rumble. Also, they've got a 1.3% buy and burn and liquidity boost as well. So kind of cool. They're on cycle 6 right now, every 28 days. They're about to finish cycle 6, I believe. So, and they're just continuing on. Just these guys are set up a really good place. They're also growing. They've got nearly 700 now in Telegram, and I think there's 300-400 holders or something. So you're still in a really good spot there. So kind of cool. All right, so that's kind of neat there. I'm going to hit the repost button on this too. These guys are doing a great job. Go Rhino. Rhino. I got to spell it right there. Rhino. You guys are awesome. Awesome. All right, so kind of cool. So that is from them. We also got, what else we got there? Let me just jump back out of here. Now, we had a poll in there as well. Which farm is best? What is your favorite farm protocol and why? So if you're watching on live stream, let us know in the chat if you want to. We got Nexium Pulse from the Nexium team. These guys are amazing. They also bought us 10x leverage, remember, as well. So outside of our GMX fork from PH Universe team, we've got this Nexium has also got leverage play as well. So we do have at least 2 strong leverage tools on PulseChain. We also got Emmet Farm, of course, from Karas, just incredibly sustainable farm. He's done a great job with there, and of course also launched other farms like Conji. Also, of course, we're going to be covering shortly is this St. Richard Heart project, of course, as well, the Christmas theme. PulseX Farm, of course, and Vox as well out there as well. So big shout out to the team there. Of course, we've got the PulseChain or Pulsemas Fund countdown. So St. Richard Heart is from Kairos, and it's just an awesome celebration of Christmas project on PulseChain. So everyone's looking for a Christmas project. This is the one, SRH on PulseChain, and of course there are free airdrops. So the 3 days to go to Christmas Magic. St. Richard Heart is coming to town with bags full of cheer. The ultimate PulseChain holiday token SRH is heating up. Daily nice list airdrops. Now, if you do get into the Telegram group, you will just let them know that I sent you there, or that you watched it on the show, and you can get yourself on the nice list straight away, and you'll start getting airdrops, which is kind of cool. Let me just get my link, and I'll post it in the chat there. All right, so join up today, jump in there and let them know that you saw it, and just say, hey, Karis, watching Superman, and he said to get me on the nice list so I can get access to the airdrops. And then after that, just get involved. Have some fun in the Christmas chat. It's really about fun. Kind of cool. So that is the link there as well. All right, and I might post that on the YouTube as well. Sorry, on the X. So let me just post that while we do it. Doing it live. I got to get that damn meme in the house. Join here. guess that's fine. Probably self-evident, is it? Yeah, there we go. Bam. All right, so that is if you're on X, you can just hit the comment below and you'll be able to see that. All right, so daily nice list airdrops incoming, on-chain Christmas spirit exploding, and the faithful are getting big rewarded. They have had competitions as well. Pulsemas is here and it's pumping, so a lot of fun there. Epic Pulsemas activities and community vibes. The lore is building daily, so every day they're posting out Christmas lore on there. It's kind of cool. Cookies for holders, and of course surprise giveaways and high energy events. St. Richard's Arcade is now live, so if you like gaming, there's 3 different arcade games at the moment with Christmas games to earn nice list air points. So if you are on the nice list, you'll be able to get extra points of playing the games. So you can play the games at saintrichard.games, crushing high scores and watching the community grow stronger than ever. This isn't just a meme, it's PulseChain season legend in the making. So definitely check it out. You can see Santa playing the games there. You can obviously join the nice list and just tell them Superman sent you, and apparently you're going to get straight on the nice list. So there we go. That's pretty nice little benefit from watching the Kryptonite show. Yeah, there we go. It's all there, folks, all there, and it's counting down. We've got a little video counting down. Look at that. 2, 1. There we go. Coming. Also out there at the moment is Vouch. Vouch's the number one validator on PulseChain, and they've been doing a great job. Obviously, they earn money with the validators. They've got over, I think, 5,000 validators now, and they got a 5% reflection token buying, selling on volume. So you got the double whammy income there. And of course, these are going to be increasingly more sought after. Any PulseChain project that's got some sort of business, some sort of constant earning system in it, I think it's going to be highly prized compared to ones that do not by quite a lot, right? Because you've got all that natural buying power coming in, which is pretty awesome. They got a pretty cool setup. This is by Jexa, of course. Jexa is the founder, and you can see the setup there, how it all works. So just hit on that diagram. You'll be able to work it all out. But basically, they got validator revenue and they got token revenue at the top there. That's pretty much it. And then you can work out everything else from there. So big shout out there at the moment. Got a nice little yield there too, 10 to 12%. All right, so that's with PulseChain down at the moment too. Imagine PulseChain on a run. My goodness. So Vouch holders own the ecosystem, earn reflections for validator fees and token taxes, bought off the market for true price support. So obviously this is one of our heavyweight projects on PulseChain. You can see at the moment, yeah, they got over 5,000 validators, about 9% APR on the 7-day, and 1 year, 11%. Not bad. So, and they're generating tons of PLS revenue. So another way of becoming a validator on PulseChain just through Vouch and earning that extra volume trade as well. Not bad. So big shout out to Jexa and the team. Kind of cool. All right, so that is the Monster Thread, guys. Woohoo! Monster Thread number 33, the Christmas edition. Really, really awesome. And if you guys haven't shared it around, great for onboarding new people, great for catching up if you're busy. And we know everyone is busy, right? So perfect there. That is the link right there. So big shout out to MVS Crypto, the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread, and of course the promotional lead for the Kryptonite Show, doing an incredible job. 33 weeks, guys. And it is a professional publication, but boy, it represents the heart of the chain, right? It's got all the people, all the DeFi, and everything happening. You don't miss anything with that. So big shout out there. And it always kicks off with Rich Hart, of course, the founder, because it's his chain, right? You know, in the sense, I mean, it's a DeFi, but it's in the heart, it's his chain. He's the one that launched it. So exciting times. Hope you enjoyed it. That's the end of the live stream, an hour and 20 minutes. So I had fun talking about that. So I will catch you guys again tomorrow for the next live stream. How about that? So we'll do another one, same day, same time next week, or maybe similar time tomorrow. All right, take care, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget also hit the like button. Now, if you guys want to join the Strategy Club, the link is being corrected at the top there. So join Strategy Club on X, and it's whoop.com. So you're going through the Whoop store, one of the most popular commerce sites there, and you just get on the strategy room. Just over $1 a day to get all the intel, much more intel than I put on the live stream. Also having chats about strategies, and you can ask me questions, all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, so that is in there as well. Just over $1 a day, about $35 a month. So fantastic value. So get in and join up to that today as well. And don't forget to smash the follow and subscribe on YouTube. All right, I think that's it. All right, catch you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. And yeah, that was some pretty good news, right? Pretty good news for Christmas. And we've got some awesome stuff coming. CoinMafia. We've got LibertySwap version 2. RampNow is progressing. Many other projects, of course, are coming as well. It's going to be fun times in the next few months for sure. All right, take care. Bye for now.